Hello and good day to you. Today's video on our knitwear inventory, we are going to crochet a double crochet in American terms, and in English it is a treble crochet. We're going to crochet the stitch for our stitch pattern library of our knitwear inventory. To crochet our double crochet in American terms, and which is also treble in treble crochet in English, we need our yarn. We need a crochet hook. I'll be using 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. And we need scissors to snip off. That's to cut the yarn. To make our work, to crochet our work, what we're going to do first is to make a foundation chain. And I'm just going to push this aside. Oh, okay. So we need to make a foundation chain. To make a foundation chain, we're going to wind the yarn around. Oh, sorry. I'm right-handed, so my yarn is going to come from, if you are right-handed, of which I am, the yarn feeding will be on the left side, and your forefinger you're going to wind, just two is enough. Wind the yarn around the forefinger twice, and the tail of the yarn is going to be towards your right side. Then we need to create a tension bridge, and that tension bridge will need the help of our thumb and middle finger. So place the yarn between the thumb and the middle finger so that it gives the grip and it creates a bridge from your forefinger to the middle finger area and the thumb, which act as a pillar there. Take your crochet hook, place it under or wind it around the, I will refer to this bridge here as a yarn tension bridge or the yarn bridge. So take the crochet hook, wind it under the bridge, the yarn bridge, and pull. It's quite tight, so I will just, you can see the way I just loosed my finger, loosed the yarn around my forefinger. Then secure this, secure is to form a loop between the thumb and the middle finger. So here we have it. The hook still in the loop that I just created. Take it under the yarn tension bridge, wind the yarn around the hook and pull through the loop you just made. Wind the yarn again around the hook and pull through. Keep on winding and pulling through, then you are creating the chain. We've made about, okay, let me just make some more. So taking a look, we've made a chain. We've made chains, and we need to secure the starting chain. So to secure it, just pull on the tail of yarn gently, and as you pull on it, you will see that it will form a tie, a knot that will secure the beginning chain. So continue making chain, and for this project we are going to use 20 chains, and we're going to use 20 stitches or 20 stitches and 20 rows. So let me count. So we have 20. I'm just going to count to make sure. So we have 20 chains ready for the foundation chain, referred to as a foundation chain. So to make our double crochet in American term and treble in English term or British term, we're going to add an extra one, and because that extra one chain is referred to as the turning chain. Turning chain will enable our work to have a nice edge, and our stitch not to be as if it's slanted or is missing a stitch, and it's going to check our work, to check our stitches, to check our work and make sure it's straight and has a nice straight edge, so that the first stitch is not going to be as if it's being is diagonal or is slipping or is missing. It needs to be firm and straight. So we've done our turning chain, and we're just going to turn our work. When crocheting, we need to make the first row, and to make the first row, we're going to miss the turning chain, and that will happen in any row we are going to make. We're going to miss the turning chain, except the pattern states otherwise. But here the pattern, what we are doing is the tension swatch, and our pattern states that we must miss the turning chain in when we are doing the next row. So here's our turning chain. We're going to miss it. That's going to be the first chain, then the second chain. So this is the second chain from the hook, and that's where we're going to insert our hook when we want to work. So for this, we'll first of all go up, take yarn by winding it around the hook of the needle. We put it into the second chain space. We wind yarn and bring a loop, so we have 3 loops now. Then we'll go up again, wind yarn around, pull it through 2 loops. We'll go again, wind the yarn around and pull it through another 2 loops. You can see that this stitch is a bit longer than the previous one we did when we were, that's a single crochet in American terms, and the slip stitch that we did in previous videos. So for this second stitch, what we are going to do is we'll go up again, wind the yarn around the hook of the needle, then insert the hook into the next chain space, wind the yarn around the hook and pull loop out. Then we have 3 loops on the needle. Then we go up, wind the yarn around the hook, pull through 2 loops, wind the yarn around the hook and pull through the remaining 2 loops. So it's time to crochet the third one. Wind the yarn around the hook, Oh, I missed one chain. You can see the space it was giving there. Okay, I missed this chain here. So we finished the first row. I'm just going to take a closer look at it. So this is the first row. And to make the second row, we're going to make a turning chain. Remember the turning chain. So we're going to make a turning chain, just one chain, and then we turn our work. Then we'll miss the turning chain, and into this double crochet bar, we're going to insert a crochet hook into it, and we'll make a double crochet in there, or a treble if you are using English terms. Treble, sorry. And taking a look at the edge, you can see that it's quite straight. That's because of the help of the turning chain. So we'll continue in this manner until we have gotten just the tail of the yarn this way. So we'll continue crocheting until we get to row 20, and then we'll cast off together. So here we have our double crochet stitch that we have done. You can see it's a bit larger than the previous one we did in the than the single crochet we did in the previous video, the single crochet American theme. This is double crochet American theme, and that is treble in British themes. Okay, so we have that's treble crochet in British terms, which is double crochet all the stems here, stems there. No, we'll put it up. We'll put it right up. Sometimes it's kind of confusing, but especially when you are working with 2 different companies, you have to specify if it's the British stems or the American stems. So just put it there. Okay, so we have this is double crochet in English in American stems. Okay, that's treble in Britain stems or English stems. So I bring the single crochet of the, I'll just use only the American stems so that I don't confuse us. I know I'm in England, but we have some different stitches as well. So let's work with American stems. Okay, so for this swatch, we'll be working with American stems. So I'll just put the 3 and the previous ones we've done. This is the slip stitch, this is single crochet, and this is the double crochet, all American stems. Okay, so here we have you can see how, although the single crochet and the double crochet, they used 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. This used 3 millimeter. This slip stitch used 3 millimeter crochet hook. You can see. So I'm just going to go closer and we're going to compare the texture together. Just that I think a bit of each texture should just show, and we'll zoom in to get them in. Okay. So I think this should be perfect for the. Okay, you come here. We don't need you over. All right, so you can see that this is a bit loose, even if both stitches we use the same size of needle for them. This is the double crochet in American stems. We use the same size of needle for them, but because of the stitch design, the technique of creating the stitch, you can see that this single crochet, the stitch is smaller than this double crochet stitch. It's twice this. The double crochet is twice the size of the single crochet, and the single crochet is twice the size of this slip stitch. So you see how the pattern goes. And you can use the double crochet as you desire to. You can use it for, it's kind of loose, except you want to make it tight by using smaller needles and smaller crochet hook, but it's still a bit loose than the single crochet. So you can use it for the body of your garment, and you can see how spacious it is. There's a little bit of space. So if you want space, a little bit of airing, then there's a stitch pattern to go for. All right, let's come back to, let me continue. I just want to keep track of our stitch pattern progress. All right, so I'll just continue to the end. And into the last stitch, and that's all. I've broken my yarn so that I'll not be taking the ball of yarn along. All right, so that is the loop, and what I'll do is just to pull the yarn through the loop and just pull it tightly, and that's it. That's a finishing. So we finished it. So here's our stitch pattern, double crochet American stems stitch pattern, which is treble crochet in Britain stems. So with that, I'll say thank you for joining me for this video of creating a double crochet stitch American stems using. With that, I'll say thank you for joining me for creating a double crochet stitch American stems for our knitwear inventory. Until next time, happy Happy crocheting, happy designing, and remember, you are the designer. Thank you.